Imagine you're walking on the street and collecting the digital coins. And then you're able to play with these coins with other players, earn even more, and change them with real-time rewards. Or it doesn't working. Yeah. Okay, cool. Or imagine walking on the street and collecting the digital coins. And then you're able to use these coins to play with other gamers, win even more, and change them with real-time rewards. Or what about wearing ear glasses and step into the game itself? Hi, I'm Teona. I'm the co-founder of Pirate Pets, and we are changing the way people play crypto games. They have really boring experience while playing crypto games, and they have limited reward systems in different gaming platforms. And also, on the other hand, traditional businesses don't have the bridge to connect to the Web3 users and to go to that target market. And what we are doing is that we are solving these problems. We help gamers to get the best gaming experience, also to earn as many rewards as they want. And on the other hand, we are also help traditional businesses to increase the foot traffic on their location. We aim to have 1.5 million users in 5 years and generate more than $300 million of revenue. And we have the best business model. We are generating sales from the NFTs, from in-game items. We have commission from the PvP games, also transaction fees, and we are also take the revenue from the advertisement of traditional businesses. We can proudly say that we are already on the global market. We have 8 ambassadors from different countries working on their local community. We already generated more than 200 NFTs with 16,000 of revenue. We are partnering with BNB Chain. Also, there's the discussion going with the gaming guilds and crypto PSPs. For the next month, we will have beta version ready, and at the end of the 2024, we'll have 20 mini games in our application. And we have the best team to do that. Teemu, our CEO, has the best experience and 8 years of experience working on the online gaming company, and he knows the best how the player's mind works. Me, I was working in the crypto and gaming marketing from the very beginning of my career, and I know how to make the best out of the market. Nika is our CTO. He has 6 years of experience of game development, and we have other 12 great team members in our team. And we are looking for the funds to boost our sales and to boost our project and be the best on the crypto market. Here's our CEO, and we are more than happy to answer all your questions. Thank you.
All right. Can you go back to your business model slide?
Sure.
So this is a common question. This isn't a business model, right? So tell me about which one is going to be the main driver of revenue for your business?
The main will be NFT sales.
Okay.
Yes, and other ones are like additional revenue in our platform.
Okay.
Why NFTs? Why do you think that's the most lucrative?
Because the price of the NFTs is the highest, and it's more popular, and it's more attractive for the gamers to get. And other commission fees are the smaller size. Yeah, and that's why.
Mostly in transaction fees are also an important part because it's like we can place them in second place after NFT sales. Yeah, and PvP games fees also is very important. Yeah.
But yeah, we have generated $16,000 revenue from NFT sales, and we don't have application even launched yet.
What time period? When did that happen? Like recently?
The last 3 months.
Okay, last 3 months.
Yes.
And what are the NFTs about, and how do they connect to the game?
So these NFTs are. It's here. So we have 5 NFTs at this moment, and the difference is between their levels. So if they will purchase high-level NFTs, they will have more benefits in the game. They don't have like skill-based usage in the application, but they are just NFTs, and you have to have NFTs to access the game and to play the game. Yeah,
like a
to
key.
earn the coins.
Got it. Okay.
But we also have the free-to-play
Free-to-play part
version
as well, yeah.
And all that game translates into more visits or more revenue for the customers locally?
Yes, I mean.
Can you repeat
when
what
they-
it was? Like,
No, I'm just trying to understand. You said local businesses can use these to drive traffic,
okay.
right? So when you sell these NFTs, are they tied to certain things with local businesses?
okay.
Are you trying to create that interaction with local businesses?
Yeah,
et cetera?
so we are giving them, they need NFTs to play the game. And once they are playing the game, they are also collecting the tokens and digital coins while they are playing and while they're moving on the GPS location. And we are saying that we are increasing the foot traffic for the traditional businesses. For example, there will be our raid bosses standing on the Wendy's building, for example, and a user should go personally, physically, and play with this monster.
So how were you able to sell 200 NFTs without launching? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I will talk about that. So we have 8 ambassadors from different kind of worlds, different countries. We have ambassadors from Turkey, and those are the countries that we sold NFTs. It's Turkey, Italy, Nigeria, also Brazil, Japan, Philippines, India, and Pakistan. And we are making marketing through our social media at this moment. We also are using some different platforms where crypto gamers are gathering together, and we are making promotion of our application there. And they are willing to make an investment, yearly investment, and to wait for the project to launch to get more revenue from it.
Can you go back? So I saw something about the AR glasses. Tell me a little bit about that piece as well too.
Yeah, so we are integrating AR system in our application. People can play with and experience AR without AR glasses.
Sure.
But if they have AR glasses, they will be able to see the treasure boxes around them in 50 meters. They should physically go there, open treasure boxes, and collect the coins. That's how it works.
Tell me about the AR glasses. How many AR glasses are available out there?
So at this moment, we have 800 million market size for the AR glasses.
The AR glasses. Okay.
Yeah, and it's going to raise in 5 years. It's about 2.4 billion market size, as I remember.
How are people playing the game now?
Sorry?
How are they playing the game?
AR glasses?
Yeah,
That's
so
a lot.
we haven't
Third of
launched the
population.
application
Yeah.
yet.
So how?
It's
know
like
about
a long-term plan for
So
us.
people are just buying them.
Okay, I'll explain this part. Our main application is not launched yet. We have the alpha version, just we are testing it. But for our customers who had already bought several NFTs, we have additional mini games system which they are using to play and collecting some rewards which they will be able to use in application. Our application will be ready after 1 month beta version. Now.
Okay, and so the revenue and the NFTs have come from that.
Yeah, it's come from that. Yeah,
From those
just
mini games.
NFT sales. Yes.
Yeah, on a mobile phone.
Yeah.
It's so what's the on-ramp to a user if I'm playing a mini game? What platform am I playing this on?
Okay. The question is which chain we are using or which?
how you're
Yeah,
playing.
like, I mean, so I'm
mini-game.
playing on my phone. What do I need to download to play your game?
Okay. So at this moment we have for mini games the web version because our application is not launched yet. It's like testing phase, and after testing phase you will be able to play with your phone, mobile phone, mobile application.
So
Yeah.
it's a mobile web.
Yeah, mobile web.
So mobile web. Okay.
Mobile web and the
Yeah.
application.
Got
as
it.
well.
At this moment, we have web application to like keep the users engaged, and mobile application will be launched in 1 month, and they will be able to play from there.
And what chain are you building this on?
BNB chain.
BNB, and we are also BNB chain, and
BNB, okay.
we are a multi-chain platform.
Yeah.
We have also Polygon in our next step. And
So
on.
why BNB, not like Polygon or Solana or whatever?
Because BNB is in the BNB there are high-paid users more, and we are also like discussing the Polygon network. We have also already ready Polygon network because we are multi-chain platform. We are not only concentrated on BNB. We are going to add Polygon and Solana as well.
Yeah, actually, we have started with Solana, and we saw that there was like market down in that moment, and that's why we decided that okay, BNB is more popular and they have more trust. Users have more trust in BNB, so okay, let's build.
And Solana
on
has
BNB.
some technical issues.
Yeah, and also we have support from the BNB, and they are going to make marketing support on their social media and can help us like.
Yeah, that's main point because they are supporting us in marketing side.
Can you talk a little bit about the development side? How much, if you guys have raised money up till now to build all this, and what's the timeline to kind of continue to build a game, because you obviously have to keep investing resources into building this.
Yeah, so we are using at this moment we are using our own funds. We are not like raise any kind of funds. Jita is our first like try to raise funds because we had enough resources to build everything by ourselves. And yeah, after 1 month, the beta version will be ready with our own funds.
So what's your go-to-market in terms of like, I mean, there's a lot of games released.
Yeah.
There's a lot of activity in Web3 for games. How are you going to stand out?
Okay.
Like, why should we believe that you can win game players?
Of course, there are a lot of games on the crypto gaming market, but we are trying to like suggest our customers as many features as we can. We are building different styles of games in one application where users will be entertained by different styles of games. We are also adding the AR integration on our platform, and this is kind of innovation for them, and it will be attractive for them as well. And we are going to add different features, like they can use crypto tokens, our in-game tokens, to like pay in different merchants who are accepting crypto payments. And yeah, we are trying to suggest as many features as we can to attract as many customers as we can.
And our main feature is that we don't have like limitation. Other games, other crypto games, any kind of crypto games, if you try, they have some kind of daily limits. But we have like unlimited reward earning potential. Our clients has unlimited earning potentials. That's why it's like more attractive for our customers, I think. Because we also used to play several crypto games, and we know that what is like pain. That if you like make daily tasks, you have to wait another day to make another task. So we like somehow solve this problem. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that what the game looks like now, the mini game?
This is like application map where the user can like move physically. This is one part, but you can also play with your home. We have additional mini game part. Yeah.
This is not the mini game part. This is the main application
part. Yeah, map part.
All right, very good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Greetings.
Oh.
Wow.
Can you imagine 60% of restaurants do not make it past year one, and half of them fail due to poor customer experiences? Hi, my name is George, and I think it's time to change that. Meet Tipsy, our reputation management software for food and beverage companies with 8 or more front-of-the-house employees. Our customers want to know how their staff is performing in the real time. And to solve that, we have conducted a market research and found out that 60% of users are ready to leave a review in exchange for incentives. However, it was not enough for us. So we pushed the market research further and found out that if we add gamification elements, this number jumps to 86%. That's how Tipsy was born. Tipsy is not just another feedback tool, it is a bridge directly connecting diners with the restaurant management. And through fun review quests, diners can share their experiences, earn rewards, and redeem rewards. Well, while our competitors ask for reviews, we motivate diners to share their experiences. Our market opportunity is huge. Customer experience management market for food and beverage companies is valued at $1.8 billion and is growing at staggering 15.5% per year. Our business model in this market is pretty simple. We offer a 14-day free trial to acquire customers quickly and demonstrate value to them, and then we charge them $30 per location per month. We are estimating our cost per acquisition to be $35 with average customer lifetime value of $1,440. And guess what? We have already waitlisted Ajara Group with its 5 restaurants and 15 other sole players on Georgian market. For our go-to-market strategy, we will use social media, influencer marketing, and content marketing. And for our customer acquisition, we will use outbound sales. We are planning to launch our MVP in January and generating $432,000 in our first year, which we are planning to grow to $39 million just before 2027. As you can understand, we are not just the team, we are the right team for that. I'm CEO and co-founder of Tipsy with 5 years of hospitality marketing and tech experience. Our CBDO, together with a board advisor, has outstanding business development experience. And Michael, our CDO, is just software engineering wizard with more than 7 years of development experience. We are asking for Jitan Grant to commit to our go-to-market strategy and generate $432,000 in our first year and expand to Bulgaria in 2024. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Perfect timing. 2 questions. What is your go-to-market strategy and why Bulgaria?
Okay, so why Bulgaria? It's a really good question because currently when we were discussing which markets should we expand to, in my previous employment, I had a really good contact who is president of Restaurant and Hotels Association in Bulgaria. And I was discussing this product with him to validate the idea. And he gave me actual proposition that if we demonstrate traction in Georgia before the second quarter, he will help us to move our product to Bulgaria because he sees the virality of it.
Okay, and how many companies how many restaurants are in the association that you can access?
In total, Bulgarian market with 8 or more front of the house employees is 14,000 restaurants in total.
Sure.
And approximately 70% of it is in the association. And there are other players that come from hotels, but they are not associated with it.
And so the go-to-market question?
Yeah, so for our go-to-market strategy, we will use influencer marketing heavily because we feel that there is a strong virality effect in this, and there is a strong spread in this what we are doing because gamification elements will help users to stay motivated to leave reviews.
What kind of influencer? Because that's very broad.
Yeah. So basically, we will use our main market for the users is Gen Z and millennials, and we will use food influencers. We will use how is it called? We will use like people who have like let's speak about Georgian market, okay? you don't get to diversify that much influencers in Georgia because of their reach, and the population is not that big. So we will use food and like restaurant-related influencers that have already been established in Georgia. Also, we will use social media advertising. We will use SEO because we will be listing all those restaurants to our platform also, and this will really boost our SEO because, like, you know, like for example, somebody is searching for Cafe Samba, Room's Kitchen, and like they are getting the results also from our SEO.
So you're bringing the restaurants on your platform, and then you're also acquiring the users for the restaurants?
We are acquiring users in terms of leaving the reviews.
But won't it be easy to just offer something to the restaurant so that they have something on their premise?
Yeah.
So that the users can naturally just come based on
Yeah.
going to the
So you're asking about the distribution networks, how we're going to generate the feedback. So currently the problem was that there is no real-time inflow of the feedback, and we will generate this through QR codes, which will be placed at the restaurants. But we will also give them opportunity to have NFC tags on the table. So once a diner is putting their phone on the table, it will pop up that like, okay, you can leave a review through Tipsy here, and we will also leave the option to leave the review from our platform.
Yeah, no, I was just questioning the influencer strategy, because it seems like if you're acquiring these restaurants, your customers are coming to those restaurants and they can just leave the reviews. So you don't really need to spend money on acquiring these users online. You can just focus on acquiring the restaurants and make sure that you do a good job of getting them to interact or getting the restaurants to market to their customers.
Okay, yeah, that's what we are doing actually. We are leaving QRs, as I said, NFCs, like we're using their customers as our users, but at the same time, we are generating inflow of users because what we have is a really viral product that's like through the gamification elements. Let me explain a little bit more about that. So, for example, once a customer lands on goes to the, let's say, a restaurant. They complete a review quest. And what is this review quest? Review quest is like, for example, you share your feedback, but at the same time, how we motivate the diners.
But help me understand this, because you're trying to target these customers online. You don't even know if they've ever been to the restaurant. So how are they going to leave a review?
Okay, let me explain it again. So our distribution channels is on premises, QR codes, for example, like, and we are integrating QR codes, and we are integrating with other like POS systems. We are integrating into restaurant management softwares. For example, we have an open negotiation now with 7Rooms, which is one of the biggest restaurant management system globally, and it is how we're going to integrate, for example, Ajara Group in this system. And what I was trying to explain to you as users, why we are spending money to acquire users, is to create for them an experience that for their sharing of their experiences in the restaurants, they will get rewards. And these gamification features, such as going on a quest, for example, like once a week they will receive missions. So it will be like, okay, George, go and leave like 7 breakfast reviews in this week. So we will keep them engaged, and they will earn more rewards according to this. So we want to keep these users. What we're doing is we're creating a community of people who are reviewing those restaurants at the same time as using normal guests, diners as the source of feedback.
No, I mean, I understand your model. The only company I've seen do this really well is Starbucks through their app, because there's so much engagement, and they let people get these stars, bonus stars, as you buy more from Starbucks. But otherwise,
OpenTable has one too.
OpenTable has a few rewards, but we just use that because we need the reservations, etc. But this, I'm just trying to understand, because you don't have any traction
at the moment.
Yeah, so it's all assumptions, and I'm just trying to understand how much of the market you've tested to know that this is going to actually work at a local level.
Okay, I will tackle this question. So on Facebook, we have a social media group, and we are having at least 25,000 people who we are actively exchanging our feedback about our platform, and they are ones who were ones who were actually leaving us this feedback that, okay, like 36% of them now review. If we add simple incentives, it will become 60, but like we wanted to really push the numbers. So when we added gamification, it went up to 86%. So we are building this community already without having any application at the moment, which is actually being tested at the moment, and we have a closed community out of that group, which is actually testing and like seeing how our platform interacts with them and like what kind of quests come, and then they rate these responses for us to understand if we are on the right track or like what is.
So the application is ready.
Application is ready, it's being tested in terms of UI, and is being tested in terms of rewards, because it's in-house built.
How many people are testing it?
At the moment, I think it's well over 400 people who are actively engaging, but there is no this is on gamification elements being tested. Also on the back end, or our software for restaurants, which is like the main business for us. We are a reputation management software for F&B businesses, is ready, and it's for example, with Ajara Group, we are just finalizing the API integration with 7 Rooms for their reservation management and for POS terminals to actually print the QR code on their check once they receive the bill. And yeah, so that's kind of where we stand today. And like our team has developed this technology without any investments, let's say in that way. And we kind of bootstrapped to this point, and we need money now to go to market and really put our product in front of everybody. So there will be zero amounts of this money which will be directed towards product development or something, because we are launching it and we want to go we want to grow really quick to demonstrate our traction, and then move on to Bulgaria, and then we want to enter Greece, because Greece has in EU is one of the biggest growing, like second biggest growing in terms of customer experience management market for restaurants and bars, and Greece has the most restaurants out of all of our segments, and like before entering Greece, we want to test it in Bulgaria to see how market reacts, and to see also like how well we can do in terms of regulations. And once we are, we have our presence in EU, we have tested that we are complying with GDPR and all those sources, we will move quickly to Greece, Romania, and Serbia, and then we are planning to expand to Slovenia, Austria, and Hungary. And that's our.
Quick, who are you talking to at 7 Rooms? I'm an investor in the company.
Her name is. Oh my God! She's a product owner in Europe region. It's a she, but I really jumped out of my. I think her name is Olympia.
Olympia?
Olympia, yeah. We got the contacts through Ajara Group from the integrations part.
Great. I think that's
Thank you.
Yep.
Do you have any questions? More questions? No. Thank you.
Thank you.
works. Hi, I'm Nina from Student Hunt. So 2 years ago, me and my teammates have run a successful digital agency, which is offering digital marketing services to various companies in Georgia. While analyzing and reviewing our interactions, we have found out that the most challenging segment to engage with was Gen Z. And the reason for that is that Gen Z is a highly digitalized generation. They are tech savvy, they are using ad blockers, and they have resistant to the advertisements. And that's why customer acquisition cost is 4 times expensive for this segment rather than the other ones. So it was the point where our idea was born. So we decided to create a platform, Student Hunt. Student Hunt is a discounts platform for students. We are verifying students, brands are posting their offers and discounts, and students are buying products and services they love. So how we work, our business works, we have 2 types of revenue options. The first one is commission fee. So when the student buys a purchase and makes a purchase, we are charging company. And the second one is data monetization, which means that clients can buy daily, weekly, and monthly reports about students' needs and their wishes. So if you can see on the screen that global market is really huge because student spending power is really high in Georgia, in post-Soviet Union countries and post-Soviet countries, and in America as well. So this is the reason why this segment is the most desirable for the clients. We have our unique way how to go to market. For now, we have contracts with 10 biggest universities in Georgia. We also are running a channel with newcomer students. We have 80K students already. We own a guidebook for students, and also we have taken step forward to global market. We have negotiations with the 4 universities in Kazakhstan. Of course, we have competitors. You can see our advantages on the screen. So about traction, for time being, we already have 100 plus signed partnership companies. We have 5K users and 10 biggest universities in Georgia. You can see some of our partners on the screen. They're leading companies in Georgia, and we are under negotiations with the global companies such as Spotify, Canva, Udemy, and Netflix. And yeah, it's worth mentioning that part of our team now is in Vienna, and they will be having a meeting with these companies tomorrow. So about our team consists of 6 people. As I mentioned at the beginning, we have a huge experience running digital products and services, and as individuals, we have huge experience working on the global market in the leading companies and on the global market as well in companies such as EPAM and Google. And what we are asking for 55K to finalize our product, to increase our sales, companies, and students' amounts. Thank you, and I'm ready to answer your question.
Thank you. Can you go back to your traction slide about these deals that you said? Just 10 Georgian universities and
yeah.
What does that mean actually?
So we already have contracts with 10 biggest universities in Georgia, and these universities, so 85% of students are studying in these universities. We have contracts with them. It means that we have APIs to verify students from these universities.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And sorry, they pay you. You don't what's the contract? You just get access to the students.
Yeah, they just profit from our offers because we also, as I mentioned, we also have a guidebook which helps students, and we have such offers to offer students the products and services they want in discount prices.
Yeah, I think the question is what is the contract? So you get access to verify.
Yeah, we can access to their.
And then they promote you to the students, or no?
No, it's just.
So you're just verifying if the student is an actual student or not at that.
Yeah, to
so that they can
check whether the student is active or not.
And what sort of promotions and what sort of products do the students receive?
Actually, we have, as I mentioned, we have 100 plus companies. Such as food companies, pharmacy companies, tech markets, also some discounts in educational services, schools, and stuff like that.
So they're basically discounts for the
But we have several types of offers, not only discounts. For instance, 1+1 or reward changes.
Right, and you reach the student with the offers through What method?
Through these universities, so they're helping us to make meetings with them. They're providing our guidebook to the students, and we're reaching them with it. Also, we have channels to reach. The channel which I mentioned is for newcomers, and also we have TikTok account, and we have a lot of followers there as well.
So it's basically the guide, the Gen Z guide is your
Yeah,
place,
yeah.
where all the information is, and you'll incentivize students through either online or
Yeah,
through universities.
universities provide
Look at
students
what's
with
available
it.
in their city, and then
Yeah. About discounts, about general topics, how student life is going and stuff like that.
So you're just basically building up a discounted platform for the education market, where once you verify the student is a student, they get discounts on certain products.
Yeah.
So Apple does this, you know.
So that's my question, because you're talking about Spotify, Netflix. So this is like user acquisition channel for them. Like they give a discount to the students. Okay.
And you've verified the students that they're students, so they're basically getting the student pricing from Spotify, from Canva.
So there is you know that they're operating in European countries, in USA as well, but they don't have a tool to verify students in post-Soviet Union countries and in our locations. So we'll be kind of bridge for them to verify students.
So that's an interesting business, but how do you actually scale that to all universities? So how are you able to get deals with all these 10 universities? Because getting access to the student data is a lot of private information, and I'm actually surprised that the universities gave you that data. But how do you plan to scale that? Because it's going to be really hard to get that data from other universities.
No, we just have a kind of API that checks whether the student is active. So we're checking two parameters. One is student ID and is active or not. So nothing else. And we have, of course, contracts with, let's say, strict rules about data.
How does economics works in this situation?
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
Economics?
So how do you make money?
Yeah. Let me show our. Yeah. So as I mentioned, we have two types of revenue income options. The first one is commission fee. So we have contracts with companies according to this, that when student activates their discount offer, we are charging the company. So we are accumulating these charts, and at the end, we are charging. At the end of months, we are charging companies. And the second option is really interesting one. So we are making surveys and research. So what students need, what are their wishes? For instance, they need this particular model of the laptop, and we gather this information together, or maybe Marshall headphones. We gather this information, and then we sell it to the companies, so they can identify exactly what our students' needs and what will be useful for them.
So you talked about the traction. You have 100 companies, 5K users. Have you done any transactions? How much money have you made?
Yeah, we launched our. So we have API and we have APIs and mobile and web versions as well. We launched it a month ago, and we already earned $10K USD from commission fee and from data monetization as well.
which part was which? What's of the 10K? What's commission? What
10K is the
percentage?
commission.
Yeah, commission.
From both, right? 10K
Just
from both.
Yeah,
And-
in months.
Yeah, but what's more? What are you getting more money from? Commissions or data monetization?
For time being, from data monetization. But when we increase our amount of students and companies, I think it will be.
So what was the split in 10K? Sorry, how much was the commission and how much was the data monetization?
70% was from data monetization and 30% for commission.
Right.
Okay.
So now you know that they're getting reports and information on the students. They're willing to pay for that.
Yeah, we are a data-driven company, and that's why the main value is the data which we own.
Yeah, I'm just struggling with the economics question, because acquiring users and as you scale these universities, I think it's a great model to verify students. I'm just trying to understand the business on the other side. How much are you going to be able to sell? And then once students realize that their data is being sold, I'm not sure if they're going to be comfortable with it or not. So that's another question to answer.
Yeah, especially since you can see the reports on your main website. Like if I was a student, I'd feel like I was just like another data strip mining.
Yeah,
Facebook.
exactly. And
Like,
I would feel very uncomfortable that my information is being sent to all these companies, which would kind of make me not trust your brand too much. So I understand you making commissions on sales. That's fair. But selling user data, that's a whole different ballgame.
I would have
And I
focused
think
on that.
But students are okay because this is the reason why they are taking part into our research, because they want to get their desirable offers. So they are okay.
They're trading their data for deals. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're
like a wish
transparent,
list. It's a wish list, I guess.
If you're transparent, then that could work. But like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes, that's the reason why we collect this data.
so I'm kind of curious about this commission fee part. Even though it's a smaller part, like, it's worth a lot of money to like say Netflix or Spotify, because some of these companies are like really struggle to get new users now because they've reached market saturation. So every user they can get is very valuable to them. But so it's a one-time fee because it says 5%, but like, well, if I do a subscription to Netflix, well, I'm paying whatever, $20 a month. Are you getting a monthly 5%?
In this kind of service, no, I think we will have a commission subscription fee. So we have not have such kind of partners yet, but in case of Canvas, Netflix, and
So like a flat fee. You're saying charge a flat fee, not a percent.
yeah, we are under negotiations,
Okay.
so it depends. So.
Yeah, because like I think the hard thing is always like attribution, but like this is actually very interesting to brands because like the biggest kind of scandal in the last year is social media is like a lot of fraud, like click fraud, impression fraud. So like this case is like they made the sale, so you could actually charge them a lot more because they already made money.
Yeah,
So it's like
it's
much.
cost-effective.
It's better for both sides, but it's hard to the point. I think it's like you have to have a lot of students to make this actually work. Like, the model is.
I'm just struggling with the scale question.
Yeah, scale,
as well.
yeah.
Like, how do you actually
yeah.
scale and expand this model in other markets? I think it's a great strategy to verify students, have this model, provide them value. But
Yeah,
if you can help us answer the scale question.
A lot of people are trying to do this, but actually it's an interesting thing because there was like another pitch about like helping students earn money. There's a bunch of people always attacking the student thing, but there could be some value in like sharing like non-competitively like users. Because user acquisition is the hardest thing. It's the most expensive thing. So like if you could actually find a really value-added partner, you could actually do it. Because like, well, if you're spending money, if you have another partners helping them get jobs, like student jobs, which was, we already heard the pitch. Like, I mean, that's very interesting because then you can help each other's business. So like just being like creative like about this, because this pitch, like I feel like I've seen this type of pitch like 50 times. Like, and maybe you'll be the unicorn who actually wins it, but like it's not
clear right now.
It's not clear, and it's not like very different than all the people who failed before, basically. So.
But yeah, actually, we are helping to save money, not to spend money.
So here's it's very interesting for me, right? You guys have something, but I think the focus of yours is just like too diverse and not. So you focus on things it's not as necessarily. Like to me, I would just focus on the commission fee and create a platform to bring the students. That's amazing. You already get the data. You bring in the students already on your platform and just bring the businesses. That way, you just like where they meet the students and the businesses. And I was just gonna focus on that. And there is a company called Claim Maker Research.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Just
Let's see what they do.
One last question. How easy is that API verification from the university as you scale that? So like you have deals with 10 universities. How easy is that to scale to 100 or 1,000 universities?
So we are checking on monthly basis. We have scheduled the time when to check, and this.
So it's a sales call. It's basically you're calling all these campuses like.
No. Just API goes and takes this data. So student ID and active status.
No. That happens with the 10 you have deals with. But when you expand to 100 universities, 1,000 universities, how are you going to do those deals?
Maybe we will grow in a team and size, and we'll have responsibility for some universities. But in our locations, there is no need because this 10 university covers 85% of students.
Just here.
Yeah.
But that business is very small, right?
Yeah, that's why we, as I said, we have taken a step forward. We have negotiations with Kazakhstan, with foreign universities in Kazakhstan. Yeah, because in our region, in post-Soviet Union countries, there's no such product. We have global competitors such as Unidays and the second, I don't remember the name. They are in UK and USA, not in our locations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Right?
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
have to tell you a long story how tough we are. I don't think that anyone here has such rich experience of fuck-ups as I have. First, in 2008, I realized that I'm a millionaire with minus 18 millions. And it doesn't matter if it's plus or minus. In any case, you have to think and act like a millionaire. I had 10, 12, 15 fails on each case. But the war is not over before you win. And if the last try is a win, in that case, only last one counts. I had maximum of my tries was 26 before I win. With experience of creating something big out of nothing, with very small teams who can build $100 million companies or build 10-floor houses in only 120 days, or save more than 2,000 people from the war zone. With that experience, I retired to begin from the scratch, but this time I want to go global. So here's my team. Misho, 10 years in as a CTO. Gio, he has 2 exits and 1 expansion in Europe. And Eke, he's 15 years in marketing, as and his company won even a Golden Lion in Cannes. Let's imagine Google Map and 6 degrees of separation together. We are creating Ally. It's a Google Map of relationships where you can connect with anyone on the planet. So, categorize your phone book contacts according to your relationship status. And then search for a guy. We will create for you maps of relationships, send request, and you will be warmly introduced. I lost 5 days to establish connection to the right guy in Ukraine. It was a 5-step connection. If I had arrived 3 days earlier, I would have saved 6 more lives. And it's not about going uphill in the social staircase. It's about just warm introducing on another side of the planet. My friend, largest importer of shoe importer, he lost 6 months to establish connection to the CEO of the specific brand. With our app, it would be possible in 24 hours. We will launch in this month, in November, and it was the point that when desired guy confirms request, at that moment we receive $20. And we are going to launch in November, and in 3 years we are going to have 50 million users. We're targeting at the beginning eastern and southern part, because mentally and culturally this is places where human relationships are very valued. And immigrants from these southern and eastern cultures across the whole world who can work as our expansion force on the whole planet. About our advantage, it's our personal connections. We can onboard ex-diplomats and ex-governments officials. They are not active anymore. They are very good connected, very well connected. They have a huge network, but they're not anymore active and not in favor anymore. It's angel networks in Georgia and in Europe, and more than 6,000 wealthy Georgian immigrants. And one more point, with only 400 registered users, we have already more than 100,000 phone contacts. And if you receive, it's another 2. If you receive something like a SMS that will be privacy friendly, that hello, we respect your privacy, but if you want, you can delete or manage your data here. It's quite privacy friendly, but very good marketing tool. That's all.
I mean, I like the message that you have manage your data, but usually when I get these messages, I just mark them as junk and delete them. Because for you to be on here, you have to have the app downloaded, right? And I think that's the biggest issue, to have downloads and make sure all the users have the app. So how do you actually go around that?
The point is the next that, yeah, I agree with you, it's about 5% who will read it and sees it. But I have, for example, 2,500 contacts. One moment was that we are targeting 40 plus who still have contacts in phone book, yeah? And you will receive message that you are somehow, that somebody has imported your contact in our app and you are written there so, yeah? That, and if you don't like how you are written there, that please come in, you can delete, and it's some kind of hook.
Can we find out a little bit more about your background? So I just didn't understand the first slide. I understand like you went through a bunch of crap, right? But what exactly happened, and what's your actual sort of like business? Whether it's this slide or the previous slide, yeah. what's actually your business background or your background in general?
I was 19, almost 20 years. I was CEO of the biggest real estate development company, RC, and then GQ House. And in 2008, it was total crap. And 14 years, 4 years before, in beginnings of the 2000, and then from 2008 till to 2018, I was in a crisis management. It was not anymore real estate development. It was a war with all kinds of problem of crisis, because I had about 700 families who wanted their flats, and we weren't able to get them. And all of them, they were right.
So okay, so you clearly have some solid business background. Why are you doing this?
I want to go global. That's the point, because I think that I achieved fast everything what I can achieve here, and that's why I have ambition and I want to go global, to create something that will be much more global.
Why this?
Because the relationships, these are the points where I was very good, and very many people have helped me when I was in crisis, and it was very important. For example, when I told you about, when I'm telling about crisis, people, humans, they were helping, and that connections, they have worked always.
I think you're starting at, I mean, I think you should build something for sales people to test this, because the 6 degrees of separation really works well in sales. Plus, you're charging the user to get the introduction in the end, which seems super hard. So for me to think, okay, I want an introduction to somebody who's 6 degrees apart, and I have to pay $20, and they have to download an app.
You have to pay $20 to the app, not to the someone.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
But 5 people in the middle have to download the app, right? It's the 6 degree, or whatever degree it is.
It's inspiration, yeah. It was
so
inspiration.
a lot of people have to download this app. So you're going to have an empty marketplace problem, right?
Not really, because at the beginning, these 3 months that we will test that in Georgia, we will onboard everybody. But in reality, we are everybody in Georgia, I mean. But we want to test, we want to see what kind of problems there will be. But in reality, we will onboard these people, just a moment, because these ones. And we think that it will be very important, because immigrants, for example, and wealthy immigrants, they have connections, they are bridges to the current country and from their initial country. It will be some kind of expansion. And about the question, if it's about chicken and egg, what will be at the first? Will there be people when I download that or not? At the beginning, we will download that with personal connections, and there will be more of them, very much.
And just from a sales perspective, I mean, you could potentially do the same in LinkedIn.
No, you can't. And I say you why. In LinkedIn, you have only 15% of response, and it's only, in reality, it's only opened mails from unknown people. And with LinkedIn, you can do that only with 1 man distance. In our case, and offline, you can do that in 1 minute case too, 1 man distance too. In our case, what is very important, you are sorting them according to that close friend, not very close, just a contact, taxi Batumi, block this one, and etc. Yeah. Here you can see according to that categories, you can see what is the best path where you can go. That's the main point, and that's the main difference with.
I agree with that. No, but LinkedIn, you can close the gap, right? If you're 3 get away, you can get to somebody who's 2. You
don't know. You have to investigate the relationship, and no, it takes too much. As I said, I need too much time for. In one case, I lost 5 days. In a second case, my friend, he lost about 6 months to get that connection.
And then the second one is if you're actually successful, and this has millions of users, then I'm not going to be opening my messages that I receive from him because it's going to be the same as LinkedIn. I'm not going to know this person, and it's going to be a sales thing, and I'll do exactly what you just said. I'll put that in spam. No, because it'll be the same problem.
I don't think so, and I explain why. But because in that case, if you receive a message from Zaza, it's not about from someone. Zaza recommends to you. Zaza vouches for somebody. That's the point. So it's.
But it's not 5 steps away then, because it'll have to be 1, because I know Zaza.
Yes, but Zaza have vouched for Tim, and Tim have vouched for Marvin. That was the point. So Tim knows Zaza, Marvin, and Zaza knows Tim. That's the point, and they all trust each other. It's important that this trust in this part, in southern and northern, it is real.
I just feel it's going to be hard for anybody to do this work in the beginning and then download the app. And that's where I think you're losing all of us.
The friction.
Here. The friction is too much. Because for somebody who downloads it and does this work, it'll probably 500 contacts will take them.
That's right, but when you download it, the first ones that are the most active people with whom you are mostly connected. We're finding the people.
I think you have really smart ideas, and that's why I was trying to help you focus on the sales side, because sales side could use a tool like this, and especially if you could convert the sales lead, they would even pay for it, right? But
they have the bigger pain point. They're willing to go through the crap.
They have a bigger pain point, but it's very, very hard. And I've seen a bunch of companies try to do this in the past, and they're just not successful because in the end, a lot of these messages just end up in junk.
That's right, but perhaps you mean Pluxer too?
There are a ton of those.
Yeah, but the question is when it was, because if smartphones were so advanced in that point, I think that one of them, for example, was Pluxer, who tried it, but it was not developed very good. All this smartphone and all that thing.
Good. Yep. All right. I think that's it, right?
Okay. Thanks.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
This is not an ordinary RC car, but it's something more. You can literally control it from any spot of the world. Hi, I'm Georgi, and this is Remote Control Car Championship. RC Car Championship is a unique video game bridging the gap between the real and virtual racing. Blending real RC cars and tracks with an online application for synchronized remote control and streaming. Our customers are video racing gamers and worldwide, and it appeared that they have a huge problem lacking of real-life racing sensations in traditional video games. And here we come with our solution. Offering them real RC cars and tracks for remote control. Of course, we have competitors like traditional video racing games, but we are exactly fulfilling the gap they are missing. Our business model is simple. We have only a single race payment fee as well as sponsored partnerships. Our go-to-market strategy includes firstly our presence in Georgian market and neighboring countries, later expand to Baltic countries and Polish market, and finally go globally. For customer acquisition, we are going to use social media ads, Google ads, as well as collaboration with streaming influencers via Twitch, YouTube, and Discord, and as well as community management in Discord and Reddit, and etc. So the market revenue of video racing games nowadays is around $2 billion with 1.14 billion gamers in it. Here is a little bit of our financial projections. We are in just 3 years with only 12 racetracks. We can generate $17 million. And here we are 3 co-founders of our startup. Me, Georgi, with a business development and marketing background. Mevlut Meladze, with a vast experience in racetrack operations and esport racing. And Ilya, as a developer specialized for remote control and streaming solutions. Here I am to ask for $60,000 to finalize development our product and aggregate money for marketing and sales. Thank you.
Can we see this working?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
This is a prototype. It's not a final version. I can put this here.
That's the remote.
Yeah. It's installed a video camera.
GoPro.
It's a power bank. And here is a commutator and a 4G wireless modem to transit the signal remotely. And we are using Cloudflare and Nginx to transit the we transit radio signals to Wi-Fi signals, and it spreads through internet.
How much does it cost to put this all together?
This is around $1,500
Per car.
Yeah, with all equipment.
Okay.
So tell me about how this works, right? So is there sort of like you're streaming the race, is that right? So
Yeah.
let's just say I want to play this, right? So what happens?
It's an application.
Yeah.
You can download. It's
Okay.
a desktop application, and also we are working on a smartphone application.
Sure.
You have an account. You are logging in.
Yep.
You can choose your race car.
Sure.
It's the interface is like traditional video game,
Okay.
but in real, you are controlling real RC cars
Okay.
on real RC car tracks.
Okay.
So you compete with each other. You have a
From anywhere in the world.
From anywhere in the world, yeah.
But is there a set time and place that this happens? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Like each race in our forecast, each race is around 15 minutes.
Okay.
15 minutes long, and you compete. And at the same time, on each track, there are maximum 20 cars participating, and you just like competing with each other.
But that's your benefit, but that's also your disadvantage, right? Because you're very limited by, right?
Unfortunately, that's physical. So, but we can each racetrack needs approximately 250 square meter area. So we have already one done. We are just finalizing the roofing of the racetrack, and we can build many tracks like this. In Georgia, firstly, we want to build in Georgia, and later to expand globally. We will need also to build the racetracks in different countries. That's because for good transmission. It needs 100 millisecond latency. Yeah.
So otherwise, you have an advantage if you're nearer the racetrack.
Yeah. So if we build servers and the racetracks and etc., all the equipment in Georgia, it's enough for whole Europe because as we tested it, average it's 70 milliseconds. So it's under 100 milliseconds. So it's for Europe, to cover Europe, it's okay. But if you want to go overseas, like United States, it will be more than 100 milliseconds. So we will need to build our racetracks and
Closer.
another.
How long does it cost to build a racetrack here?
Here in Georgia, with roofing now, we calculated roofing costs as well. It's around $5,000 US.
And you can expand to how many tracks here?
Yes, because I mentioned Mevlut Meladze. We have there in Tbilisi, near Tbilisi, we have a racetrack there, and we have 5,000 square meter land around our racetrack, so we can build like each track next to each other. And one good point today, we heard that Starlink, we can also buy Starlink here in Georgia. It entered, and this will solve. We will test. We didn't test on Starlink yet, but probably it will solve this distance problem also.
Question: has anyone else done something similar? I've seen some online racing, video racing.
Actually, there are kind of prototypes. But you can't drive it from distance. You have to go on the place, and you can race RC car, but on the place, on the spot.
Yeah, that's for sure. No, I thought I saw something online once, people racing remotely from their home.
Yeah, but that's only short distance, and there is no a platform like video games. Yeah. So it's we are creating video game with real life sensations. That's the difference.
So you pay $3 and you race against up to 20 people.
Yes.
Is there like a prize? Like if you win, you get like what?
Sure. We have also sponsored partnerships. We were negotiating with RC car manufacturers, and one of them is the most famous one, Traxxas, if you heard. And they got really interested about projects, but first they want to see it's working, and they are ready to give us samples and brand our championship and races with their names. We also have negotiations in Georgia.
Yeah, okay, you didn't answer my question. I'm paying you $3 just for the experience. I don't win anything?
No, you win the prizes from our sponsors.
It
might be,
okay.
It might be RC
so not money. So not money.
It might be money. Also.
Okay,
but first, the prizes will be.
So jumping on Tim.
But I mean, you could have a whole decision. You could have a whole tree, right?
I would revisit. I would revisit. I'd revisit the business model a little bit.
Sorry.
I think it's a big stopper, right? You have to pay $2-3 every time you play the game, compared to competition, which is not real; it's virtual, but the same.
You got. If you win, you got balance on your account.
I mean,
so
it could be interesting. What Tim's saying is, there's a prize pool, right? So I'm incentivized to go and play and try and win €10.
Yeah, and the kitty goes up, right?
And so you basically make a lot less per, but you actually have a lot more traction, right? Because you're incentivizing. Because otherwise you're competing with video games online, and to pay every time is a blocker.
Well, so
I mean, it has to be an amazing experience.
Yeah, that's what we want.
It's a big risk.
It's like real physics.
See, the other issue is the user's experience is limited to the internet speed they have. So that control, right?
The solution, we are not using the Ready One solutions. So our developer is creating our solution that minimizes the delay of the internet. And before the player joins the race, there is a test panel where you can test the ping speed, and if it's okay, you can play the game. And also, if there are differences from different countries or from different places, this different speed, we can't faster the speed, but we can manually slower the who has the maximum speed, the speed of the internet. We can minimize to make them all equal.
Yeah,
I would do tournament stuff.
Yeah.
That would work, and then profiling of the user.
There will
and
be
accumulating, tokens or whatever that turns into cash. And,
Yeah,
and then you're really incentivized, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's a skill game, so it's not under the gambling regulation, because that's normally like poker would be. But this is actually a skill game, so that's absolutely fine. You can
Yeah.
have paid tournaments, and you're not going to have problems with regulation.
Actually, I mean the tournaments. When
Yeah, but I
told
mean,
the
it's a skill game, so it's
championships.
like, me and you can play tennis for money, and it's fine. What I can't do is bet on you guys paying.
I think in terms of the monetization thing, there's ways around it. Like, oh, your first race is free, to give it a try. Oh, buy one race or buy a pack of 10 races. You can, with the pricing, you could try to find your core audience for sure. I think the problem I see with the business model is what he was getting at, which is gamers want a game when they want a game. They don't want to wait 15 minutes for the game to start. Because people are just so impatient these days. I think that's the hard thing is I find you, I'm excited, I show up, I sign up, and now I have to wait for 15 minutes for the first to start. I think you're going to lose a lot of people there. So that's why the tournament style could be more, because then the person can plan their day or plan their race time, which seems more feasible. Because I think that's the hard part.
And then the other hard part is just the investment in all these cars. I mean, that's substantial upfront. And then managing and maintaining and
Well, they are
Race.
extremely durable cars. You can crash on the wall, it happens nothing to them. So it's a prototype now, and we are working. We have already purchased 5 RC cars and testing on each of them. So as I told, we already talked with the car manufacturers, Chinese manufacturers, and the Traxxas, also the famous one, and they are ready to collaborate with us and give us the samples.
Yeah, I think that's the ROI, because definitely if you can get the price down, that's going to help your margins. Because I was just doing a quick calculation, not considering the racetrack, but only the car. Because if you're doing $3 a race times 20 people times 4 times an hour times are you going to run this 24 hours?
It will be 24/7.
24/7. Okay, so you can buy a couple of these cars every day. They're really about the longevity of the car.
But
if you race it.
Cars. So
Yeah, 20 cars per.
Each car needs 500 races.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is
pay something to the user. Actually, you need.
If you can fill up all the races, you've bought 5 cars in a day easily. And then you can keep using them until they burn out, basically. But I think that's the problem is you're going to run 24/7. You're going to burn out a lot of parts. You might end up actually designing the car yourself eventually because they're not made to take that abuse.
So
I think.
The other question: how easy is it to acquire users for this business? So. You've seen something like this before, but I'm guessing there's a certain group of population that would love to do this.
In Georgia, we have already collaborated with Georgian Autosport Federation. One of our co-founders is also vice president of Georgian Autosport Federation, and we tested with our prototype. We tested for 5 customers. They were amazed. They were just waiting when it will be finalized. And we also have Georgian Autosport Federation is helping us to spread the news about and the information about our project in neighbor countries, as they are collaborating for racings and etc. So it will help us, as well as we will collaborate with famous streaming influencers who will stream our game, playing with our race cars in Twitch and YouTube, and so it might help.
And the online experience of the person doing racing and seeing everybody on there, have you built all of that? The web app?
It's just prototype. It's now on the front.
Okay.
We are installing it in the cabin. our camera, and we are installing Insta60 cameras that if a player has a VR, he can look around.
But you're doing 20 feeds simultaneously with video. I mean, that's a lot of bandwidth. You need to.
Yeah, that's why we will use Cloudflare. Yeah.
For content delivery. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Focus on experience. Focus on a lot of experience. That can be something niche. It's pretty cool. I like
All right, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, man.
Hello, my name is Arnaud. Since 2021, I have been building Web3 community in Georgia, especially using Telegram and Discord platforms. I faced with a significant challenge with low engagement. And I tried several software solutions, but nothing seems to work. After this, with my own resources, was developed a web app that's specifically designed to increase community engagement. After implementing in my Telegram chat, I saw the data that we improve main chat metrics in this chat. Realizing the effectiveness, I decided to expand this to other chats. Through interviewing potential customers, I find that they would be willing to pay not only for increasing engagement, but also address their needs. That monetization tools and the features that help them to shift audience during collaborations. With our solution, customers will drive their community and monetize them with the help of integrated marketplace and advertisement. I believe in the project's potential, so I exit from my old business, assemble a team, and fully concentrate it. Our team members have both business creation experience and management, as well as product development. We already have successful experience with making business together. Market is 4 billion, and Telegram users growing every year. Our first market we are going to start is India, because there are a big amount of Web3 users, as we focused on them. There are more than 30 million Web3 users. We already signed an agreement with Evan Luthra, Web3 influencer from India, with more than 2 million followers, and we also will use direct sales and social media to distribute our product. After India, we're going to Indonesia, Egypt, and Turkey markets, because there are also a big amount of Web3 users as well as Telegram users. I should mention here that after Telegram, we are going to do the same for Discord platform. We take all positive aspects from our competitors and add a reaction-based reward system that works on blockchain. Now it's the good time to enter to the market, because blockchain technology gives opportunity to send money without third parties. We have several revenue streams, and the main income comes from subscription. Our expected revenue at the end of 2028 is $43.5 million. We ask about 56K to develop the production version of this product and start sales. Thank you for your attention.
So many questions. Can you tell me a little bit more about your team?
Yeah. Nikolai is CTO with more than 7 years in the backend development, and he's a lead here, and he manages all technical issues in our company. Dennis is a blockchain leader. He helped us to move the whole project to the blockchain. David has a big experience in making sales team. Also, he make the organization sham for companies and write the instruction for every employer how he should work. Levan work on the front end for the website, and also he wrote the code for the advertisement. And
sure. I think that's good. Then I'm going to ask you the other question is about India. I get India about the macro perspective, right, of how you came to that. How much time have you actually spent there? Like, so you have this influencer that's going to get you into the market. What else do you know about the Indian market? Because that's sort of, I just want to.
Yes. There are more than 420 million Web3 users totally. But there are 30 million Web3 users who use Telegram. And also, very important that there are, in India, English-speaker people. They have approximately $500 income. And our product works this way. When user pay us subscription, the part of this money goes to reward pool. And after this, we distribute this reward pool based on activity of the regular users. And what is activity? Activity is that when users receive the positive reactions, this is one of the activity, and second one, when he attract new member in the chat. When he receives the negative reaction on his message, he loses the tokens. And this system also improves the content quality in the chat.
Okay. The reason why, because like India is a huge base, but like the ARPU traditionally has been like really, really low in like most products, right? Whether it's ad products, whether it's sort of like consumer membership stuff. So I guess I'm trying to understand sort of like your mechanism and sort of like, does this actually make sense or not? Like at the macro level it does, but sort of at the user level of just sort of like what is going to compel me to sort of like to use this, right? Like what do these payouts, like what's the benefit? Does that make sense? Because maybe I'm missing something.
Our competitors already proved that this, first of all, that this approach is working, and the second, that they also go to first market in India. This is second, and our advantages is that we offer everything this integrated in this messenger. They don't have to go to external link to their website, for example.
Okay.
So can you tell me a little bit more about like why Web3? So I see your team has background, Solidity, blah, blah, blah. But like one of the mistakes I see like a lot of Web3 companies making is they're justifying the solution using blockchain because that's what the team knows, not because it's the best technology to solve that problem. So why is Web3 critical to doing this? Like there's no other way to do it other than Web3.
We should pay to regular users, and without banks, how we can do that? But this is because of why we use the blockchain technology.
Sorry, I don't think I followed you there.
So as I understand,
add some
you
more
asked
detail.
me why you are using this technology,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We are rewarding people for their activity,
Yep.
and we are rewarding with the tokens,
Okay.
not without, for example, US dollars.
But you could do that. I mean, even Web 2 did that. You can have a virtual token. I mean, games were doing this before blockchain was a thing. You can have you can just create a virtual software token that doesn't need to be blockchain based.
Yeah, if there should be something like the token, they need to then exchange it to the US dollar, right? For example, in-game ecosystem, right? And here he received the money. And we will offer them on-ramp solution also here. They will withdraw on their cards.
Got it. So you have like a transactional off-ramp and on-ramp to this. Okay. Does this mean that like people have to they have to pay to start? Like how do you get the ecosystem moving without cash in the system? Or like all currency?
You pay to use this, right?
The membership.
Chat owners have to pay, yes, subscription, and the part of this money goes to reward pool that would be distributed to the users.
So the initial seed is the chat owners have to be willing to pay.
Okay, thank you.
price.
That's okay. Now it's clear. Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Okay.
I mean, I just saw the subscription price. It seems pretty high to me. I don't know what you guys feel, but
Can I take a look at this subscription?
Yeah, can we go back to that?
Oh,
The
okay.
subscription price, we have several packages.
Yeah.
It depends on the quantity.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that all makes sense. Thank you. That's
Yeah, because that part is like the on-ramp, especially if I already have some level of community.
That makes sense.
Like, because there are either two problems. You're either trying to take someone who's existing community and bring them over. So you have to prove to them why this is better and why they should pay money. Or someone starting a community from scratch, like asking them to pay $500 is a lot. I mean, I'm just thinking of like organizing people on like Meetup. Like when they introduced like the $75 a month, the number of organizers dropped a lot because most organizers weren't doing it for money. They were just doing it for free. So like, I feel like that this is always the problem with community is once you introduce like cost to the organizer or the community organizer, then like it creates weird effects.
For example, today, how make the blockchain companies? They're using the marketing tool airdrops. They pay to the customers much more than this subscription. They pay $1 million.
What kind of organizers are you talking about? Like, can you give an example?
For example, Venom or Layer Zero, they make it airdrops, right? And they tell to their community, please do these tasks, and after, for example, in 1 year, I will give you my tokens that I will next, you can go to the exchange and make for this, exchange it and take the dollars. And they give them much more, several millions.
I feel like I'm missing something in terms of what the activity is here because I'm getting confused because like what you described was like airdrop, but the problem with airdrops is that like it's essentially subsidizing like a new technology like you were saying like Layer Zero stuff. Like a lot of it is like, okay, I'm airdropping this new technology or this new product and you're buying a token. It's like it's like an equity stake in the currency or the product. But like you were talking about activity-based thing, which made me think that it was like a community chat, like you were talking about Discord, right? It's a great example. Like, I'm really into this topic, like auto car racing. Like, okay, you're gonna have a community. Like, normally you don't do airdrops for that. Like, so like I feel like I feel like I'm missing something here.
Why I said that? Because we focused first of all on Web3 community, and Web3 community knows how this work, airdrops.
Okay.
And what is activity?
Yeah.
for example, we have a chat here, and you message there something and ask me, how can I buy, for example, these tickets? And I tell you, and you give me a like, you get from my message like, and I earn from this. And this is one type of activity. And the second one, if I attract someone from inside to the chat, this is the second one.
It's like a referral, essentially.
Sorry?
Like a referral fee.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you're incentivized the behaviors you want in the ecosystem. I like this. It's like because I feel like your story, like you need to change the story because it's like not clear enough. Because like what I'm hearing is like micro transactions to align community for pro-community activities. Like that's what I feel like if I repackage everything you just said.
I will tell about advertising much more because now Telegram make the advertising inside their platform, but they can't catch I don't know, they can't, but they don't catch the keywords and after show them. Because I can go for example, join some group that I don't really interested and see the advertising only text there at the down. And I don't want interest. But if in the chat we are talking, for example, about bicycles, we can show them the bicycles advertising, like advertising works on Facebook, for example.
Can you chat a little bit about how the influencer is going to help you get the traction in India?
About Evan Ultra. He is also our advisor.
Okay.
And he connects us with the many chat owners in India, and we have an interview with them. And they are waiting, they like the idea, and they are waiting for us to launch it.
Okay. All right. Any other questions, guys? No?
I'm good.
Okay. All right, great.
Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye. Have a good day.
Hello. Hello, my name is Tornike. The pet world is booming right now. The worldview of the pets has changed dramatically over the past few decades. And especially after the COVID, people are acquiring pets at unprecedented levels. We love them, we cherish them, we see them as our family members. And the numbers are showing it. Pet world is growing very rapidly, and also at 2030 there will be more than 1 billion pets in the world. But there is a huge problem, and the problem is that 95% of the pet owners don't have enough knowledge about the pet caring. And they are full of questions and concerns, like veterinary issues, nutritional issues, behavioral issues, and so on. That's why we created Wiggly AI, the pet owner's personal AI assistant that's going to revolutionize the pet industry. It records, monitors, and analyzes pet's history, gives personalized and expert answers to all questions the pet owner has, and does proactive guidance. So what are the options customers have today? They can either buy professional services, which is very expensive and time and energy consuming. They can do self-learning, but it's very risky and I wouldn't recommend to anyone. And also very time and energy consuming. They can use other AI tools like ChatGPT and others. But first of all, they don't record the pet's history and don't do personalization based on it. And more importantly, they don't do proactive guidance. And Wiggly does all of that. So we worked on our core product, which is chatbot, AI chatbot. We've developed it. We've launched our MVP. It got tremendous results. Our customers, our users loved it. Now we've developed our final product, which is English-speaking mobile application, and now we are ready to launch globally. So our basic business model is subscription-based. Also, we're gonna do B2B sales and sell our ready-to-use technology to vet clinics and other service providers. And also, we're gonna add, after 2 years of operations, e-commerce and online reservations to our system. So our core team consists of 4 co-founders. I have more than 10 years of experience in commerce, marketing, and startups, including I worked with most successful Georgian startups at Pay.io. Natia has more than 8 years of experience in the pet industry and is co-founder of Animal Project, largest pet-related NGO in Georgia. Gig is our backend and AI technologies guru, and Rezi is our mobile development expert. So our financial projections looks like this. It's gonna skyrocket after 2 years when we launch e-commerce and online reservations to our system. So join us in transforming the pet world for the best, better.
How many pets do you have?
I have 1 pet at this point.
So you already have 4,000 users?
Yeah.
Is it an app already or not yet?
No, we've launched MVP and we attached it to Messenger so it can be easier to use.
And are those users engaged? Is it? I mean, are they coming back every week?
Yeah. It was our crucial KPI actually, and we see them coming back. They are on average. Wiggly gives 2 consultancy at least per month. So we see them coming back. They are using it actively for many things.
And what sort of?
It can do, for example, primary diagnosis. It can create nutritional plan for the pet. And it can give daily advices like what should I eat, what play should I play with it, and so on and so forth.
So what are you using to power the AI? Is it like ChatGPT or something else?
So our MVP, when we developed our MVP, it was we just use our AI technologies, so it can predict what's, for example, what disease may pet has. But on the final version, which is mobile application, we are merging it with ChatGPT, and we are using ChatGPT's NLP power, so the conversation can be very fluent and very good.
So this is a challenge because a really well-known problem with ChatGPT is it hallucinates. So like if the user asks something like, "What should I feed my Shiba Inu?" and it's like, "How about some poison?" Like, I mean, that's a big risk for you. Like, it could tell you. I mean, maybe not. That's extreme, obviously, but it could. I mean, like dogs and cats, like I know cats and dogs, like they have specific food that humans eat that is poisonous, like chocolate and grapes and weird things like plants, right? Like they can kill your pets. So like, if it accidentally suggests something that's wrong, like you will be liable. Like,
sure, for sure.
There'll be lawsuits. These are family members. People will be angry.
That's point absolutely correct. Yeah. That's why we are using knowledge of our AI developed already chatbot, and we are using ChatGPT only for the conversational purposes. So it can understand what the customer is talking about.
So
and
NLP for NLP, but not for not the output.
Exactly.
Not shape it. Okay, so that you're using your information as the database, essentially for ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. But like, how did you train yours then? Because I mean, there's a lot of breeds. There's a lot of pets. Like, are you only doing dogs? Are you only doing cats?
And what's the data source that you're tapping into?
So we cooperated with Georgian vet clinics and Georgian veterinarians. We gathered data out of them, and first MVP was trained on the first MVP, we trained our AI on this data.
Yeah.
And plus, on the top of it, it uses just simple logic. For example, we have database, what symptoms some concrete disease has, and we use that simple logic on top of it.
Yeah.
How long have you worked on this?
Sorry?
How long have you worked on this?
So 6 months we've spent to develop our core product, which is Chatbot AI, which is Chatbot, yeah. And after that, when we launched MVP, we gathered more data and we refined our Chatbot several times. For example, we saw that people are asking quite frequently about nutritional plans, what should they feed to their dogs or cats, and it was very on demand, for example.
Do you have a screenshot of the home screen, or can you show us? Because this is one of the things like VCs talk a lot about right now is AI companies that are being a layer on top of an LLM, and like what does that layer look like? Because like chat is great, but like users can interact with it well, but like also it's like too broad. Where do I start as a user? Like, so, I mean, it's like, okay, what should I feed my pet? How do I train my pet? Like breaking it down, the prompt engineering into more like, okay, like 80% of all pet owners care about the specific same search. Like you don't need actually a true chat interface.
Yeah, so our home screen of the application, is chat. But from the menu, a user can choose whatever topic he or she wants.
Oh, so
veterinary,
click.
Yeah.
Okay.
Veterinary, nutritional, behavioral, and so on and so forth.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, so you have 4,000 users. How did you find them? How did you get them on board?
Yeah, actually it was very easy because it went viral. First of all, media was very interested in our product and got it very quickly and early. Because pets are very close to our hearts topic, right?
Yeah.
So because of it, and also into it viral, people were suggesting to their friends, and we've spent almost zero cost on advertising. And
are the users paying currently?
No, it just no.
Okay. So can you go back to your revenue model for a second?
Sure.
No, the subscription model. I'm sorry. So I know users, people spend a lot of money on pets, but I feel like the subscription base starting with $10 a month, why not just make it free and charge at a certain point? Because you're going to turn away a lot of users who will be there to use the product. And then, the B2B sales and the e-commerce, those are services you're going to build over time, but those are really, really hard because that's outbound sales to all these companies. So would love to kind of understand your thinking here.
Yeah, so we had two options. One was freemium version, and we talked about it. And we decided to go on subscription-based model because first several months it will be free. And when the user will register on our application, for 2 months it will be free. So after they got used to it, we're gonna charge. After that, it will be charged for $10 USD per month.
Yeah,
so it's not complicated.
Yeah, I sort of agree. If the product's good, which obviously is the key, right? But let's say it is, and it's useful for a pet owner, and then you'd want to make it as easy to access and free as possible to create this viral effect. Especially in a niche like this, right? So imagine, I know people who've got pets, and I've got pets, and you end up talk about my Jack Russell and what he needs at 10 years old, and there's even dinner jokes amongst friends. Here is my assistant, but and then you can build a revenue model on top of that. For example, the stuff that you are doing, which is quite common, is guidance. I think it was the fourth piece, which would, and helping out, and that probably could be a premium service. So the general information. I have a question. I'm not a super expert on ChatGPT, but my gut feeling would say it seems like you're controlling a lot of the data to not make any mistakes. The example of the poison to the dog, but if you could build some solid LLMs around it to control the conversation that wouldn't make those mistakes, my gut feeling would be a lot more information out on the internet than you could manage. It's all there, right? And
they can get information from the internet.
No, what I mean is, my gut feeling is that there's a lot more data out there that you could use on the internet instead of managing that information quite strictly.
Yeah, sure.
As long as you control what the output.
Yeah.
Which is building out Amazon. I understand,
I mean,
right?
yeah, I would agree. I mean, I don't think every system, like, I mean, sometimes subscription is a necessary friction, but in this case, like, because, I mean, a lot of my friends who own pets, they spend so much money on their pets. It's crazy, like $10,000 for, like, medical bills. So, like, that means, like, if you create these relationships, if you prove that you can create the relationships to the veterinarians and get their trust, and, like, I mean, that's a much higher dollar number that you can get. Or even e-commerce, like I actually I invested in a fund that invested in Loyal, which is doing dog life extension. And like people will pay a lot to make sure their dog lives another 10 years, like, or 5 years or whatever. So like that's a high value item that you can take a pretty big chunk for. Like you could take $100 for that transaction. Like
you should make the user onboarding as frictionless.
But you need as many users as you can because you'll scare off potential. If they're not paying the subscription, they can't become your e-commerce or B2B sales.
Yep.
Which is where the real money is. Yeah. So like this is a scale play.
I think the point here is just think about your business model, right? Like, does that actually make sense? It may or may not. So there's a lot of stuff here. You just got to figure out what makes sense as an initial.
Yeah. Like, what are you getting for the subscription? Like, if you bundled it with pet insurance, then people don't mind paying $10 a month or something, and like it's a win-win. There's a lot of different. There's so many different routes you can do to monetize this.
Sure.
You need to have the conversations and test.
Yeah, sure. We're gonna
dream big, think big, dream big. Like, obviously, it's a huge market, and pets just dream. Don't be narrow. Dream big. It might be.
You have 50 million active users using your thing. You're going to make money off them somehow. Don't worry.
Yeah, sure.
So I would focus on making sure that your AI chatbot and all your information is solid. And then your user onboarding is as frictionless as possible. And then obviously, as people are using it every day, there'll be so many opportunities to make money because people spend so much money on their pets. So, but you want to make sure that this becomes the app for them to go to. So focus on the content, focus on the user onboarding and the community. And then I think everything else is super easy. I mean, it'll happen automatically because they'll just come to you.
Don't focus on $10 subscription. Like, that's not the main focus. Bigger vision.
Thanks for the advices. Our logic was that for the first time we can't do B2B sales and can't get revenue from out of it, can do e-commerce, and we have to charge at some point our users. But I totally agree, and of course it's very important to get a lot of users.
Yeah, I mean,
at the first stage.
Even today, you could go to some dog food company and say, "I have 4,000 dog owners. Let's make a deal." Like that's enough users that you could get some business right away. Yeah.
I have one more question. Yeah, good job. Competition. Like, what is the competition exactly?
We see our main competitor as ChatGPT and other AI tools, but our advantage is that Wiggly monitors the pet's whole history, first of all, and does personalization based on it, and ChatGPT and other tools don't do it. And second of all, it does proactive guidance. So if it sees something maybe wrong with the pet or gives suggestions, gives alerts.
So there's your answer, right? I mean, I think if you the proactive guidance part you can charge for. The personalization, if you build and get the users used to it, they'll keep coming back to you. And if you want the proactive guidance, they will pay for it. Eventually, they'll also pay for other stuff that you can recommend. But I would just disagree, and I would say your biggest competitor is Google, because not everybody knows how to use the existing AI tools. It's only for a select group of people, but everybody knows how to use Google. So I think that's where the users are going currently to find answers for the pets. But if you build a great experience, I mean, we like the idea.
What have you raised any money so far?
No, we just invested our money, co-founders, and use it. We're gonna go on the pre-seed round after the GITA, and we'll see.
So we can check it online, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Wiggly.
Yeah, Wiggly.ai is the website.
Okay.
It's fully Georgian. MVP was fully Georgian. And our final version, the mobile application, which is already ready now, is the English speaking.
Great name, by the way.
So I can't test
Thanks.
it. I can't test it out in English, no?
Not at this point.
I'll try.
Maybe in
No,
several.
I'll use my Georgian. This is really-
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good
Thank
job.
you.
Hi, I'm Georgi, CEO of Mimirex. While coaching developers on soft skills for hundreds of hours, I discovered their big pain. Every time a developer encounters a problem, they waste up to 1 week on solution discovery, face angry clients, and lose money in the process. This is where we come in. We reduce solution discovery time for developers from 1 week to 1 hour by connecting them with experts in the field who have already solved the problems and know the solutions and can share the solutions with our customers, the developers. To validate this, we spoke with 400 developers and 150 plus experts, and we have a perfect match. The developers, as a result of our solutions, the developers reduce their solution discovery time, get the clients happy, and get paid on time. The experts, on the other hand, turn their extra time into free cash and make an extra impact where it is needed the most. There has never been a better time to enter the market since COVID-19 has accelerated digital product development and facilitated this new skill of learning and interaction online. There are 25 plus million developers in the world, and the number is going to reach 40 million by 2028. It is our goal to reach up to 1 million transactions on the markets like India and USA after we penetrate the Georgian market. And let me tell you about our business model. Our commission is 15% on an average transaction rate of $70 per transaction. And we provide quick and tailored solutions as opposed to our competitors who offer unfiltered information, long and expensive courses, and late and shallow responses to the problems. So we're going to use traditional marketing channels. In Georgia, by the way, we have an extensive network that we're using on the expert side and on the customer side as well. But on a larger scale, we're going to use social media, email marketing, community building, and as well as the referral system. We have a high trust, high motivation, and high competence team of professionals and winners. Myself as CEO, 2 times founder, a former C-level executive. Our CTO, Georgi, is a senior software engineer delivering products for over 10 years. And our CBDO, Erek Leantadze, is a business development and marketing professional with a stellar track record of over 8 years. At this point, we have developed MVP, and we're testing it on the expert side, and we ask for 55K to penetrate the Georgian market and quickly prepare for scaling. So join us on this journey to bring the future of problem solving.
All right. So just to make sure I understand, right? So I'm a developer, and I'm like, oh crap, I have this issue.
Right.
Oh, I know Tim. I go to your thing and I go, oh, Tim's a great developer. Maybe I can go and like ask him, and I pay for that, right? You take a
Yes.
that what happens?
Yes.
Just make sure. I'm just making sure I understand.
Yeah. So it's a platform where you can share a screen via video call, and you have a more experienced, more senior developer, not necessarily senior, but a more experienced one in that specific field, will help you to solve the problem, give you advices, and they can pay you.
And yeah, so what do you think the average, or has any transactions ran through yet, or no?
No, we don't have any transactions running yet, but we are testing the platform on the expert side, and several friends and family are testing on the customer side. And we also had some developers themselves test it, so it seems to be working really well.
What do you think? What's the transaction value?
He said $70.
$70. At this point, as I said before, we spoke with 500 plus developers, and that is the market rate there.
How long is a call typically?
Under 1 hour. Under 1 hour.
$70.
So okay, what kind of developers are we talking about?
What do you mean?
What are their specialities?
What are they specialize in? Yeah, like you don't
so-
boil the ocean. Where are you going to
most
start?
of the time, they're saying that this can be integration problems, for example, payment. And even though some developers are already experienced, sometimes they have problems doing certain things, like, for example, automation or payment system integration or things like that. So they connect to someone who will help them solve this problem very quickly, and everyone is happy.
So how do you vet they're a true expert without it being too heavy in terms of verification? Like, are you connecting to GitHub or something like that? Like, I mean.
So we have developed a system of ratings on our platform, reviews and ratings. So basically, we have quantitative and qualitative ratings based on the calls. Like the better reviews they get,
I feel like that's problematic for two reasons. Like, one is, well, in the early days, no one's used the system, so there's basically an empty network problem. There's no real reviews, or like 1 review, 5 reviews, it's not enough signal. And the other is like, I'm just thinking about the problems I've faced, like, and even facing now, like, is also like, just because you got a lot of value out of a call doesn't mean I will, because the topic is completely different potentially, or it's very specific. But also, actually, I would pay $70. I would pay more than that to solve some of the problems.
That's what they're saying.
My dev team's like trying to solve a problem for 1 week or even 1 month, and because they don't know that API very well, or it's not documented on Stack Overflow. So like, this is like a real problem, but like, what you said wasn't convincing to me, because I'm potentially your customer and you didn't convince me.
I understand your question completely now. And to get back to what you just said, $70 is a very conservative number based on our interviews, because people are saying that they would pay more actually.
Yeah.
But we came up with this.
But I need more confidence that this person will actually solve the problem, because if I pay $200 and you don't solve the problem, then I'm not going to use your platform again.
Right, exactly. Right. So as I said, I understand your question now, because you were referring to the first time when we launched the platform and the reviews are empty, right?
I mean, even later, because like maybe I have good first experience or second experience, but then I have a terrible third experience.
What if the payment wasn't success?
Huh? Yeah, that one's hard because, well, I mean, some people are bad actors and will just be like, not successful, not successful. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you can find those bad actors and kick them off the platform. So, but a success orientation could be, like, that would be more. I would pay more if I knew that this person was actually going to solve the problem. Like, if I had that confidence, I will pay more money, because I don't want to pay consulting money and then the problem's still not solved.
I understand what you're saying. So we do not want to have a very heavy vetting process, not to disrupt the automation of the platform. But what we are trying to do is we're trying to attract the best possible developers out there. In Georgia, let me tell you that our team has a very extensive network of developers around us, And we are going to start by doing that. But we are going to start from them, from this network. And plus, we have a stellar reputation, every team member. And this is our first bet when we launch the platform publicly. But on a larger scale, we will have to get feedback.
Just on that, have you identified, normally this is an 80-20 situation where 10 of the things are the most asked for, and then you have a few random things. Have you identified what clearly is going to be the most things that people are going to need help on? Like which technology, which...
Yeah, in Georgia, the ones we have spoken to are naming these two top things. So it's automation and it's payment integration, API integration, and also working with servers. So many of the developers are having these.
One trick always is to seed the liquidity of the marketplace, right? So you get 5 really good experts in those 3 things. And if that's going to be 60 or 70% of the initial, you're covering that with great experts. So you take a risk with the long tail.
This is why I'm not saying it definitely. So once we get the actual transactions, we will know exactly what kinds of categories get more customers. So this is why I was being too conservative.
Sure. I think there's an opportunity here that maybe you've looked at this or not, because to your point, onboarding and vetting, what are you good at? A lot of it comes down to what code have you actually pushed? Because if part of the onboarding is just give us your GitHub account, you can run machine learning and quickly extract what APIs have you used, what frameworks do you do, okay, maybe you're using React. Okay, how many commits have you had? How long have you been coding in React? This is all data that exists under GitHub.
You can mine it from GitHub, yeah.
Yeah, you can just mine GitHub to extract that, and then you can layer on the qualitative side of saying, is this person actually a good consultant? Which is different, right? Can they actually help you understand the problem and actually help you solve it? Because then it's not just they have a skill, they can solve it, but they can actually help someone else solve it, which is a different type of thing. If you combine these two, that is actually super, I can imagine so many people are interested, particularly because actually Stack Overflow comments have dropped by 50% since ChatGPT came out with Copilot. Because people aren't posting on Stack Overflow. They're just going to ChatGPT Plus and putting the answer, or they're using Copilot, or they're using Cursor. So that's a problem. Stack Overflow's business is being tanked right now. So it's actually an opportunity for you, because most people solve these problems just by going on Stack Overflow. But now that is going away, and the LLMs can't actually solve a bespoke problem. So there's actually a space in the market for you now. But again, what you described, it didn't convince me to be your customer yet. But there's something here.
Definitely, and I was while listening to you, I was thinking about our future, because we are going to use our rating system the same way. When somebody asks somebody else, what you have done in the Sphere, they can say that I have done 80 plus hours on Mimirex, and I have coached 7 people or 172, and this is my score rating. So, and it's a good thing that you mentioned these platforms, because I have them listed as our competitors. And you were talking about the same direction. So they offer unfiltered information most of the time, and our market gap with platforms like ChatGPT is that we offer real value. Because when you search for something on ChatGPT, you get steps. You get shallow steps, what steps to take. But most of the time, in your local context, for example, in Georgia, ChatGPT doesn't know how to connect to Bank of Georgia or TBC Bank or whatever, some kind of a local payment system or API or something like that.
Well, even worse, it'll give you advice that doesn't work, or steps that are hallucinating.
And it does not give you sources. Many of the time.
Yeah, it gives you, because it's outdated. Especially newer frameworks. ChatGPT is really bad. I was saying the other day, Flutter's exploding, but it's only been in the last 2 years that Flutter was developed, which means it's pre-ChatGPT training data. So you have a market specific thing, but just more focus. The process, because you have to get people to convince you to give you money without having experienced the result.
Or brand.
Yeah, brand.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Last-
Well, thank you very much.
Last question. Can you just talk about how you're going to acquire developers as to scale?
Yeah. So we are going to which side of the developer side of the marketplace? Yeah. So
I mean both, but
yeah,
as you scale, you'll need a lot of.
Yeah, thank you for that question. On that side of the marketplace, we're going to use search engine optimization, and also community building is a big thing. Like what we're looking at in Georgia, what we're seeing is that when you're building a community, especially with the developers that we have spoken to, when you're building a community, word travels really fast, and people really understand like where to go to solve the pressing pain and pressing problem they have. So this is one of our biggest things. And also social media, email marketing, and we're going to focus specifically on referrals, because referrals are going to get us where we want to be. Because like the ones we do not get immediately with the community, we're going to focus on the referrals.
I mean, this seems like you're kind of throwing the kitchen sink at acquisition, but you know, I'm just trying to see if you had a acquisition.
No, I mean,
you had identified where you're going to go.
Yeah, this is a lot to do.
This is a lot.
Okay, if you choose one to start, what is it and why?
I would go with the community, because I strongly believe.
Yeah, makes sense. Great. Makes sense. Developer tools, this is a way to do this, so it makes sense.
It's just a slide. But
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your suggestions as well.
Sorry.
Have a great day.
You too, man.
Hello. A lot of people are thrown in a profession they have no idea what's about. And same thing happens in a programming. There are a lot of programming academies, and 20% of them has several time payment. They can take a limited amount of students, and when they take these students, they'd love to have till end. Because when the students drop out, they lose significant of revenue. And today, the best solution for this is to conduct pre-courses. And it takes a long, at least 1 to 3 months. Okay. And with our solution, we will change this approach. Base 2 delivers what pre-courses do in a 4-hour and with more fun way. It's a mobile pass game, which paths are based on basics of programming. Playing our game, programming enthusiasts will understand, do they really want to learn programming or not? Connecting these programming enthusiasts to academies, we charge 50% of the course fee on each registered user. In a month, we managed to have 6 customers, which are the biggest academies in Georgia, 30 registered users, and 500 plus downloads. Our team is very familiar on this problem because we had our programming academy during the pandemic, and we closed it down because dropout rate during pandemic was 90%. We participate in Turkey Accelerator and Polish Accelerator for gaming. So our team knows how to develop a game and how to teach programming. Our initial market is Georgia. Here, 500K is lost only because of dropout rate. After this, we are going in Turkey market. We know this market from Accelerator very well, and 5 academies there already agreed that our game will be prerequisite for their courses. And we need Series A after this to go in global. We need this money for develop the game because we are on MVP stage for marketing and some hardware and software stuff. Thank you. I'm ready for questions.
Thanks.
All right. So let me make sure I actually understand what it is that you're doing. So you provide the game for these academies, a pre-game for them to pre-screen students. Is that right? Is that
almost right? Because I don't give them my game. This is just game on App Store and Play Store.
Okay.
Program enthusiasts plays, and if they want to continue their journey, in my game they are programming academies, and they can register there.
Oh, so then you're selling the leads, is that right?
Yeah, yeah. Right.
Okay.
Why send the leads,
exactly.
and also if he's killing the dropout rate because many people join
It's
a course and drop out, so the academy loses money.
Gotcha.
So
right?
So it's,
Right.
so it's lead gen. It's lead gen.
Quality lead gen.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like a little bit like, I mean, so how would you stack up against, say, Leak Code, or some of these other tools? Because Leak Code, and I can't remember the other one, that's like the big one, they are doing quite well in this area.
Yeah, there are a lot of stuff like this, but it almost takes at least 1 month to test your students, and sometimes it takes more than 1 month to test the student will drop out or not for academies. And with my solution, they don't have to conduct this kind of stuff.
So I think my skepticism a little bit about what you're doing is, so I've had some friends who have set up Hack Reactor and some other really famous programming academies in the US, and they don't tend to use a lot of outside tools in what they're doing. And what you're, you don't want to have one customer, you need a lot of academies to be using you for you to be viable as a business. So explain to me how you're going to convince all of these academies to use your product when a lot of them have tight margins. They don't want to spend money on stuff so much.
Okay. First of all, we are targeting not the countries which are in the top in education system. Example, Finland. We are not going there, 100%. First of all, Georgia, Istanbul, and Asia stuff. I don't really get your question. How I convince them?
Yeah. Well, okay. So you say you have 6 customers?
Yeah.
So 6 different academies.
6 different academies.
So they're paying.
You're paying. Yeah.
Per lead, though, right?
Per lead.
Per lead. Okay.
So they would take it. I mean,
yeah.
Right? They're like, okay, here's a lead. That makes sense,
But I mean, this is kind of a bigger existential question. Will academies be around in a few years? Because the business model to me is shrinking, especially with Copilot and ChatGPT and some others. The winner is going to be an AI academy.
Yeah, but the issue, I would love to understand the conversion from your acquisition to lead.
Correct.
Because that's because the amount of money you're making from the lead, how much are you paying for acquisition, and how many customers do you need to convert to one lead?
It's a top of the funnel, right? What's your conversion rate for from the B2C side? That part scares the crap out of me.
Yeah,
this is gaming. This is gaming B2C conversion, which is freaking hard.
Very hard. So if you can walk us through that thinking, that would be helpful.
What?
I think
simplify, guys. Simplify.
Simple question. A question to get to the answer, maybe. The potential person for doing the course, the student, Does he come from the academy and he does your core, he does your game, and then he decides if he wants to do it, or do you actually acquire him and send him to the academy?
That's a better question.
Okay, I will explain the whole process, what's happening.
Okay.
First, the program enthusiasts will play my game, and if they understand that they want to continue their journey, they can register inside my game.
How do they discover you?
How do they find your game?
How do they find your game?
It's okay. Market strategy. Okay. In locally, we are going to YouTubers, and where they are very happy that its local game is published, and they will stream it. They already agreed that they will share our game in community. After this, we are going in Turkey market. Their programming academies will make our game prerequisite for their courses. So when students come, I want this course. Okay, here first play this game, and after you come to me. And this is a go-to-market strategy for us. In Georgia, there are a lot of programming enthusiasts. We can reach them with YouTubers, and in Turkey market, in Turkey we need local agency, because in Turkey 90% don't talk English, so we need at least one agency for marketing. But covering Georgia market, we will have the amount of money to hire one.
Yeah, but the question is, you're getting paid per lead, but how much does it cost you to acquire that user? Versus the lead, so just to make sure that you're not spending more on the acquisition than the lead.
Okay, for me, one user costs 0.1 USD. One user.
Exactly what we
Okay.
Oh, okay. One user. One programming academy is 300 USD for me, and lifetime value for this academy is 22K, and currency rate for users we have 2%. Now we have 10%, but it's because we are on start, we made organic marketing because the currency rate is still high.
That's your CAC? That's your CAC. That's
yeah, mine, yeah.
So
that's what they're paying you, right? Like that's your lead, is that right? That's how much they're paying you. You're getting $300, or no? Am I missing?
$300 is how much it might cost to find the programming academy.
And then how much do they pay you per lead?
It's his
Per lead, they
CAC.
pay me 90 USD in Georgia.
customer's CAC.
In other countries, it will be more.
90.
90.
So
Right.
Marvin, I think, was
But
getting
your CAC?
a key thing, which is like the CAC of your customers is what? Like, how do you compare against them?
They have now, let me remember, around 70 USD. Their CAC is 70 USD per user, but
and how much
they
are they
will
paying
drop
you?
out.
And how much are they paying you?
Yeah, I think we're missing. I think his.
They pay me-
I insist his user acquisition, her student acquisition comes from the academies. They're spending the online, and they're putting him through his course to make sure they don't drop out.
But he's saying that
They pay me 90.
I said the
More.
The,
Obviously more.
the academies pay 70 euros. The academies
I mean,
pay
it could be
70
more
euros.
quality.
No, 90, more than they are.
You.
Yeah.
But what do they
More
pay?
quality,
Who-
it's CAC.
Where does this user come from? And
Where what?
Let's say I'm a student.
Okay.
Let's just use me as an example. I'm a student, and I think I want to get into programming. Now, what's the funnel, step by step?
how does the student find your game?
Yeah.
And you explained all those sources, YouTube, etc., etc.
Okay.
We're trying to figure out is how much
How much
does
does
it
it cost?
cost you to acquire this user?
To see me.
So this CAC is for the academy. So you're spending $300.
But CPI for me is to find this program enthusiast, 0.1 USD. And with conversion rate 2%, if, example, I find 100 program enthusiasts, it will cost me 10 USD, and 2% conversion rate, I am in if 2 from 100 pays me 90 USD, so I am in plus 170. You don't get it?
No, because you're talking about the academies. They
Yeah.
pay you 90. This.
One minute.
Whoa.
Reset. როგორ პოულობენ შენ? შენი კლიენტები როგორ პოულობენ?
Clients.
ხალხი როგორ პოულობენ? ქართულად მიხართ?
Oh, no. Clients clients don't find me. I find them. Programming academies.
Which is $300.
$300. Yeah, but
one academy.
One
아니,
academy.
아카데미 일단 보고.
But lifetime,
아카데미 일단 보고, 아카데미 일단 보고,
I find the academy itself.
The
I'm
academy
searching which academy is in Georgia, and I'm contacting them.
Yeah. Okay. I think we got it. So it's just basically he acquires academies.
Okay.
Convinces them that his software is a great onboarding tool.
Okay.
And they bring the customers.
They
Okay.
bring the customers.
Yeah.
And then that's how you
Okay.
make the $22,000 over time.
Over time,
from
yeah.
those customers.
It's lifetime value in 1 year.
It's a little too complicated.
Okay.
Okay. And this data is based on how many users?
Yeah, based on users.
No, how many?
Problem?
Yeah.
This
Maybe it's English then.
215, I guess. 250 x 90 example. Maybe this is number. 250 x or 90, maybe, or more. I don't remember exactly.
What do you ask?
250 x 19, 90.
What did you ask? What did you ask, bro?
His mind's a pretzel now.
He's jet lagged.
he asked how many students- he asked how
He
many
didn't have enough coffee today.
How many students?
Understand this data is based on how many users? So is this?
SC 사인에 뭐 있다네.
I'm trying to remember how many users need for 22K in 1 year. I'm remember.
No, but you pull this data together
$90.
from your system, right?
Yes,
And how many users do you have currently, and how many academies do you have?
6.
I have 6 academies
Okay.
and
How many students?
How many students?
2.5K.
Okay.
In
So
year.
this is based on 2.5K students.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that's
I'm very
the
bad
90.
numbers.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
But that's not the lifetime. That's the
All right.
cost. But anyway. Okay.
And anybody have any other questions?
No.
And that
Thank
time.
you. Thank you very
Look at
much.
that.
Thank
Save
you.
the bell.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Shall I start?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. Every company worries about taxes. I'm Lasha, co-founder and CEO of Altera Audit, and we help SME businesses feel safe from tax non-compliance. Nowadays, majority of SMEs have high risk of tax non-compliance, but they cannot detect those risks without traditional methods. To hire auditing companies or auditing individuals, pay them huge amount of money, and wait for a long time, maybe months. In the era of digital transformation, we have created innovative tax non-compliance detection platform. And what does this platform do? User inserts the certain information of this company from his revenue service profiles, and our system analyzes that data, processes it, and generates the report of how big of a risk this company has for tax non-compliance, and if he has some, where are the deficiencies, and suggestions of how to resolve them. We've been launched almost 4 months now on Georgia market. We've partnered with 2 major companies like Visa and Bank of Georgia, who have the special offers for our customers, and our software was used 150 times. Our business model is usage-based, $120 per report, and during this period, we have generated almost $18,000. Our potential market is CIS countries, whereas our initial target market countries are Georgia, Uzbekistan, and Kazakhstan, with nearly 3 million registered and active SME businesses. And with a target market share of 2%, we project that our revenue in the end of the year 2026 will be $10 million. And this number has a huge growth potential based on the increasing tendency of SME registrations. Our go-to-market strategy consists of partnerships with the financial institutions, SME associations, accountant unions, and local experts, and other sales channels like direct sales, email marketing, SEO, or social media. We provide tax non-compliance detection services digitally, immediately, and with low price, unlike our competitors. What we are going to use the money? Funding will be allocated to three main purposes: tailoring algorithm, adding features to the software, like in Georgia market, we are going to add integration with the revenue service profile, so it would be fully automated, and of course, for marketing purposes. We believe that our main strength is our team, because it consists of highly experienced individuals in every field, like finance, taxation, banking, fintech, and IT. And these fields are, we believe that these expertise gives us the belief that we can create the valuable and innovative product for SME businesses. Thank you, and I'm ready for your questions.
Thanks. What's in it for the finance? You know, why are the bank and Visa helping you? What's in it for them? We have partnership with them that they are subsidizing the price for the companies which have Visa, Mastercard, Visa Business, Mastercard cards. Okay, so basically anyone who's accepting payments through Visa, they're subsidizing it.
Yeah, they're subsidizing the price.
And Bank of Georgia, any of their customers?
Yeah.
Similar.
Yeah. Our offer is enlisted on the Bank of Georgia business webpage.
So those 150 customers, none of them have paid yet for the reports?
They are paying us. They are already paid.
I thought you said Bank of Georgia was subsidizing.
Bank of Georgia is subsidizing to us. They are paying 30%, and Bank of Georgia is subsidizing 7%.
They are paying something for it. Okay. And then the process, I'm an SME, I have to do my tax form. Mm-hmm. What do I have to put into your system? You
have to put the basic information which is enlisted in your revenue service profile already. For the government profile, that's like company registration data, last annual turnover, and like main components which every business owner knows what are they.
But you have to put in the costs, employees.
That's like 20 to 30 fields, which is enlisted already in the revenue service profile. They have to copy it, and we want to integrate with the revenue service profile, because then this process will be automated, and they have not to put the manual this data.
So basically, all the information I'd have to put in your system, I'd have to do it anyway in my tax return anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thanks.
How do you guarantee, because this is such a big thing, right? If you get it wrong, like how do you guarantee that sort of like this thing actually works? Or it's like, oh, you're fine, and then you find out later on the tax people are kicking down your door and go, no, you owe us a lot of money, going to jail.
We guarantee only outcome. We are not responsible for the data that the user puts in our system. We guarantee the data because it's tested, and the Bank of Georgia will not be partnered with us if there were some errors. It went through months of testing this software. So human error is more. The chance of human error is more than the algorithm.
So it's all structured data coming from the company's bank account or other sources like auditing, or accounting software.
Nowadays, it's all coming from the revenue service profiles. Tax, the revenue, which is the government authority profiles, and in the development mode, we want to implement the checking with through the open banking with their banking numbers.
So this is very clear for Georgia, where it's like, this makes sense because Georgia actually is pretty good, sort of like digital infrastructure and whatnot. But you're going to go, I've spent some time in Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. What do you know about those markets, and is it similar? That hasn't been my experience there.
Yeah, taxation methods are not similar, but we have some bases which are similar. But because in those markets we have to hire the local experts, which expertise in the local tax legislation to help us to modify this system to their tax authority legislations.
So you're not helping file the whole taxes. It's just the
it's the assessment of the risk, detection of the risk if they have the tax non-compliance.
Got it.
And suggestions, we detect where they have the deficiencies, and we give suggestions of how to resolve them.
And for that, you have to know the local rules, obviously, wherever you go.
That's why in Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan market, we are going to hire or partner the local tax experts to modify our system to this legislation.
So it's very clear the acquisition strategy here, but how big is the market in Georgia? And then
in Georgia, nowadays are registered 200 to 4,000 SMEs active.
And how big is this problem that you're talking about? What are the SMEs doing today?
They are not doing anything. They are just
so they're non-compliant.
They're almost 90% of them are not compliant, and they have a huge risk.
So what happens if you're non-compliant? Is there a huge penalty?
Yeah, that's the penalties. Everyone knows if you make money in the country, you have to pay government money. And
so then they're paying the penalty if they're non-compliant? 90% is non-compliant, so they're paying the money?
They may be paying the penalties, or they shut down their LLCs.
Yeah, so it's quite a submerged market, right? Where SMEs, very high dependency on cash.
Yeah.
So basically, they don't declare it. No, and it's basically, I think what you're saying is that the government's becoming more and more strict on SMEs over time, and there's a tradition here of SMEs of really not being compliant because they're very cash business, not doing their tax declarations, etc.
Yeah.
And it's moving in that direction. And what they give them is a tool to say, what's your risk? Right?
Yeah.
And
I mean, it sounds like a valuable service. Would love to kind of understand how you. Obviously, you have to localize it to each area. So. And make sure you're compliant with the tax code or whatever the requirements is in those areas. But for Georgia alone, the 204,000 SMEs. You're at 150 now. What's the path to? And the 1.2 million revenue that you're projecting, is that from all 204,000, or they're part of the?
Yeah, 1.2 million is that at the end of the next year, we are going to go through Uzbekistan market already in the September, which we have already some talks to local accounting companies and some experts, and we are from the start of from next year, we are starting already to start modifying the software to the Uzbekistan.
No, but you're only at 150 SMEs here from 204,000. So what's the hurry to go to Uzbekistan? How about capturing the rest of the Georgia market?
We're going to capture, but we want to majority of the next year we are going to capture the majority of the Georgia market, and on the fourth quarter we want to go to the Uzbekistan.
Can you walk us through a little bit about what is the plan and how many SMEs from the 204,000 you need for the 1.2 million?
One year
for the Georgia.
It's 1.2 million is the 2% of Georgian and Uzbekistan markets combined.
Businesses do talk to each other.
Okay.
Yes, but what percentage is the Georgia market? I'm just trying to understand.
2%.
How much of a
He's gone 2 and 2%.
That's hard for me.
Oh,
2% of the combined Georgian and Uzbekistan
700,000.
Is the minimum?
Yes,
okay.
7.
Is the minimum
740,000.
minimum percentage uptake.
But I mean, if 90% of the people are non-compliant, I'm still surprised that you're only capturing 2% of the Georgia market.
Yeah,
so something's not adding up for me here. If this is a big issue in the Georgia market where people are closing down and paying penalties, they should be racing to use your product.
We are going to raise awareness of this problem, and the Bank of Georgia and partnerships helps us to raise the awareness that they have to be tax compliant because they're going to face some problems and fines.
Sure. And would you also work with TBC or?
We are planning, but our initial partner was Bank of Georgia.
And is the software fully built?
What?
Is the software fully built?
Yeah.
Got it.
It's active, yeah. It's online. We've been on the market for 4 months.
So the biggest difficulty you have is changing habit, educating the market, right?
Changing habit and to modify the software to the target markets, to their legislations.
Today, do most SMEs in Georgia accept credit card payments?
Majority.
Well, those, in theory, would have to declare, right? Because
They
they're
have to
traceable.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
No, it's pretty clear the play. I think the question would be how easy it is to replicate in Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan if they have much more complex tax structures.
Yeah.
And then the size of the market is always going to be a small percentage.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it was massive and you got 10% of the market, it's going to have a cap of 2 million, right, in Georgia, for example. At 100, imagine.
These projections will grow, as I said, because that's in Georgia, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and especially CIS markets, it's huge tendency of registering the newly SMEs.
Right.
So at some point, they're going to need our service.
Sure. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hello, I am Niga. I am co-founder of Adviso, automated CFO application. Our business for the last 10 years is that we provide financial management services to our customers, small business owners. And we recognize is that there is an incredibly low level of financial literacy in developing countries. 99% of our customers, the small business owners, don't have formal CFO function, either in-source or outsource. And even if they get financial information timely, they don't know how to trace them to actionable insights. And in most cases, they make financial decisions intuitively. What we are doing is that we created a platform that takes advantage of new open banking regulation, new mandatory invoicing regulation and accounting, and we tie all this data together in our aggregator, AI-driven aggregator, and we give a new solution for our customers. So the customers, the business owners, get not only financial information and reports timely and effortlessly, they get financial insights. An amazing team stands behind these projects. So we have 5-year track record working together. So David, our UX UI designer, Irakli, our CTO, Tornige, our entrepreneur spirit, and me as a financial expert. What we have done already is that we created a semi-automatic solution. So we served 40 clients, and 40 clients enabled them tremendously save time and money, served for spent for financial management. And we reached 144,000 revenue in last 12 months. But with this price category, we cannot reach the developing market customers, and therefore we need automated solution, which will enable us for $55 per client per month to provide this solution and go from current 40 customers to 5,000 customers only in Georgia in next 8 months. So our business model is simple, with a subscription business model, offering one month free trial for our customers. And we plan to expand our application in the markets in the developing countries, where the new regulations of open banking and mandatory invoicing are set to be enforced. And we expect to reach $24 million revenue in 2026. We ask 60,000 to finalize our application. Thank you very much. And I am ready to ask.
Are those your actual screens that you were showing there?
Sorry?
The screens are actual working screens from your app?
These are the products, right? This is actual
This is the product screen.
This is designs of the products. It's not
working product yet.
Semi-automatically working products are web-based. This is UX design, not the working one.
So there are a whole bunch of other companies work like there's. You all must have seen like 40, 50, 60 of these companies. Seen so many of them. Tell me about the mistake. Why do you think that you're going to win versus sort of like there's Fuel Finance, there's like a whole bunch of other ones. Like, what is your edge? What do you think is? Walk me through this piece.
Good. Thank you. I got your question. So we have, of course, several competitors, but in developing countries, there is very few. But the main advantage, what we have from in comparing to other developers, is extremely easy to use. I can explain later why. And we is only for business owners oriented. So our user is business owners in comparison to other applications. Also, there is another differentiating factors such as multi-company, multi-banking applications is not available in developing countries, and also in our target markets, which is Central Asia, Caucasus, and Balkan countries. There are no such applications. Sorry,
Which are the specific markets?
Central Asia.
That's very broad. What does that mean? Which countries?
Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan are the main markets.
Okay.
Why these markets? Because they are intended to introduce open banking regulations with mandatory invoicing. Okay. This is the mainly two APIs what we are using, and therefore our applications, in comparing to our competitors, much simpler to operate.
Okay, gotcha.
That's also another issue.
So what I hear is you're taking advantage of changes in the government and tax system to be able to run your business. Your advantage, how you're going to beat other, because we've seen other tax companies. There's incumbents, but the way you're going to win is because of these changes that are happening at the country level.
Exactly.
That's the opportunity you're talking about. Okay.
Exactly. So we have already prepared the API solution, and in countries where this will come, we will be ready to introduce our application.
Got it. So interesting. So you're positioning yourself as this automated CFO, but you talk a lot about insights and literacy and things like that, but and you kind of get it at here, but I the positioning of it sounded like. We're talking mostly about knowledge of how you should operate, strategy, but a CFO, a lot of what they do is actual work. There's task, need to send the bill here, need to pay the taxes there, need to do quarterly filing, blah 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 blah.
Exactly.
So it's so you're showing a little bit this. Could you talk a little bit more about that? Because that's a real virtual CFO.
We expected this question, of course. So virtual CFO is that someone stands behind in back office and makes jobs for you. So the human. So automated CFO is that we take the repetitive tasks which are for example, for every task for CFO. For example, accounts payable, accounts receivable, cash balance. To few questions. This is the tasks what we make automatical, and which is now currently tasks for CFOs for every day.
So it's like RPA.
No one wants
so
to
it's
do
RPA. You're saying it's RPA.
RPA?
Like it's like automation, like task automation.
Task automation.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your target market? And the target market. What kind of customers? What kind of customers are you targeting?
Business owners of small businesses, but we have no limitations of segments, industries, or such on, because we use a very standardized data flow from APIs. That's why we take advantage of open banking and mandatory e-invoicing.
And also, I will add that's why we are targeting small businesses. It's because small businesses cannot afford CFO in-source, and we can say that we give them accessible CFOs, virtual CFO we can name, also an automated CFO in their application.
Just through the API, are you sure that you'll be able to identify all the valid operations and everything? Many companies, do all sorts of stuff with their bank accounts, and you're using the API, I understand, to translate that. No?
In insights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, many people are a disaster with their accounting.
No,
and
I will jump in here. Mainly, we don't need an accounting system because accounting system is not too timely and permanently. We use two main sources mainly. It is an open banking. It means that we can attract any data from any banks, and we use e-invoicing, mandatory invoicing. It means that we can also attract purchases and sales timely, and we also aggregate it and process it. And there is a two-way how we give the results to our customers. This one is the AI-based suggestions. The second is predetermined logics, financial logics, by which we give them solutions and alternatives how to act.
I would add some point also. So we use primary data. So vice versa, we generate accounting transactions, and therefore we have a market entry strategy. One of the market entry strategy is a referral system. So and we cooperate with accounting service providers, and that's why they need from us the automated transactions, so reconciliation, for example, and they use our data, and therefore they provide us their clients to us. And we share, of course, the revenue also. But
can you talk about the 40 clients and the 144K? How did you acquire the current clients, and what's the plan for this year and next quarter?
So these 40 yes. clients we approach directly. So we will really direct. This was our company's friends and so on. So this is not much, but we tested our application, semi-automated application.
And what is the value? One value the customers have gotten from you. So like the feedback that you got from the 40 clients.
We tremendously saved money and time. For them. So, for example, we generate at least every weekly financial reports. One of our customers is one school in Batumi, for example, and we generate every week reports. Which students have to pay? How many was paid? What is the planned expenses? And what is the plan to loan expenses? And that's what we are generate.
So you're doing this semi-manually now, and then you're basically leveraging all the learnings, and then you're going to automate this.
Exactly.
And also, I will add why we need automation, because we also have negotiations with banks and accounting service providers, and banks are very eager to collaborate with us because we have background. We do credit scoring for our clients, and it makes easy for our clients and banks to give them loan and take the loan. It's like a simplified for banks to attract MSME companies, because MSMEs mostly are not organized as well. Big companies are, and that's why we can say at least all Georgian banks are ready to collaborate with us, and also accounting, as Nika mentioned, accounting service providers are ready to start.
That's why it's our expectation to reach 5,000 clients only in Georgia in the next 8 months.
And what's the timeline to automation?
3 months. We need 3 months to automate this.
You say banks are ready to work with you, so you guys don't work with
banks.
Right
Yes,
now.
yes, yes.
Of course we work, but I mean to work with an automated solution.
So going through their APIs and stuff, right?
Yeah, now we are working with API, and APIs is the one part of communication to get API from them. And it's a mandatory because we have a license from a National Bank of Georgia, and they are mandatory to give us this data. But second part is that we are giving them back the APIs and give them back information about the credit scoring of their companies and clients, who are also will be our clients, and it gives them the opportunity to give loan in seconds. Not only loan, other products of it will be.
That makes sense.
So right now, automation is manual, right?
Semi-manual, yes.
Okay.
So we import account transaction, we import invoicing transaction, and we use the formulas in Excel.
And how easy, so account transactions I understand through the banks, but the invoicing part, where is that being imported from?
Okay, in Georgia it's pretty different as in Europe or US. In Georgia is a one big governmental-based revenue service platform where if you want to sell something, you should definitely write an invoice there.
Okay.
And immediately we get this data into our application. But simultaneously in the EU and also in US and also in countries what we are targeting, the mandatory invoicing will be launched in 2024. It does not mean it will be the same as in Georgia, but there will be some companies who will be eligible to do this. And we will extract from there this data, not from one source, from different.
Gotcha.
So this 144K is USD and it's year to date?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Can you talk about that? So right now, all the 40 customers, they pay $300, right?
Exactly.
And the cheaper model, the $35, what, can you talk more about it?
Yes, of course. So the cheaper models are the automated models. Therefore, we can allow us to offer this in price category. So there is two categories. So premium category and standard category. A standard category price is lower, so $35, which includes dashboard, receivable, payable management, cash flow reporting, and trade analytics and insights, of course. And in premium comes additionally the forecasting and payment initiations also.
So, and this is monthly, obviously.
So
it's a monthly payment.
It's a monthly fee. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one thing definitely you should experiment with pricing.
Oh yes, totally agree.
Think about freemium, just so that you can get the users onboarded. Give them some kind of dashboard just with the bank transactions and charge them extra for other services. I think that model would be great. 1 month free trial is still good, but it's a lot of work to do for just 1 month. I think going down the freemium layer will get you better. And especially if you're confident of your product, you'll be able to convert more people. And then you should also have an annual layer because this is something they would want to use.
Thank you very much.
And if you make the annual much cheaper versus the there are a lot of online articles on price testing and how you can price your packages, but I would definitely go down the route of having a freemium layer, which will give you access to some stuff that they can at least get some usability and some benefit from, and then would pay for additional stuff.
Thank you for advice. Yes, of course, we have to test the market and sensibility of the price again.
Yeah, and this is a business model that we are showing now. Is it like when fully will be launched the product within these months? Yeah, we can of course consider this freemium model.
You can charge way more.
Or charge more.
Yeah, you can charge
way more.
Actually,
way more.
100%.
Exactly. Yeah, we will consider.
All right. Good luck, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Stay.